Good evening. This is my 2022 PGA Cup press briefer. We'll now open the floor for questions. First question. Who are you? Meaning, who am I? I am standout rookie sensation on the BGA Tour, Riley Hurley. 13.8 index. 2. How does it feel to be in your first BGA Cup, and do you think you can handle the pressure? I would be lying if I said I didn't feel pressure right now. I certainly do. Being in such a highly esteemed competitive event is certainly enough to make even the greatest golfers feel pressure. However, I don't think it would be normal if I wasn't feeling pressure right now. I look to harness that energy, that feeling of pressure, into playing some very good golf. Next question. Do you think American spirits are healthier than other cigarettes? I have no empirical evidence to support that claim, but yes. Yes, I do. Get down from there. Next question. Who is your favorite member on the black team? I think this is a trick question. I think it's a divisive one. I really do like all of my brothers as equals. However, Steve and I have been paired together a few times, and it's been good being paired with Steve. That dude always comes up with a good clutch iron shot when you need it. He's also a really good coach when it comes to short game. I've watched him hole out myself. That was a fantastic triple bogey save. I've golfed a couple times with Garg. Like Garg a lot. Even though we're on the same team, though, he thinks I suck at golf. And sometimes he gives me shit about the cigarettes that I smoke. So, a little iffy there. And Kyle, I haven't actually ever been in a group with that I can remember, so I look forward to seeing how this goes. I think him and I will feed off each other's energy. Still searching for your first win on the BGA. If you lose your first match during the BGA Cup, how will you handle your mental game going into the next match? Easy answer. I don't have any intention or plan of losing my first match. Next question. Does belonging to a country club make you feel higher class? Initially, yes. But I can't really afford it anymore, so no longer. No, it does not make me feel high class anymore. If the black team wins, sorry, sometimes I'm just forgetting to say next question. Next question. If the black team wins, will you be getting a tattoo to celebrate? If everybody on the black team does, yes. I would prefer it to be on the ass. Next question. Who is your favorite baseball player ever? This could be a contested answer here, given some of his later career revelations and his post-career revelations. But I'm not going to lie. I grew up a big Yankees fan. Before A-Rod was on the Yankees, I really liked Derek Jeter. But A-Rod was my favorite third baseman for the longest time. And even though he's kind of a massive douchebag, he was my favorite baseball player back then. I really liked A-Rod. Honorable mention, Jermaine Dye for the White Sox. Loved him. Also liked A.J. Krasinski from the White Sox from their famous 2005 team. Wasn't a big fan of Paul Konerko, even though he had the most home runs. I don't know why. I just wasn't a big fan of him. Something rubby. He just looks like he's like super pro cop. I don't know. Something about that guy's off. I also was a big fan of Derek Lee and Aramis Ramirez. Growing up, I paid most attention to baseball in the early 2000s, if you didn't notice by those answers. Next question. Do you know Kevin's middle name? Yes. Dick Weed. Next question. Favorite shot to hit on the course? Right now, I think my favorite shot to hit is about a 120-yard full swing gap wedge. Obviously, it's an easy shot, but I've been really, really dialed in with that club over the past month or two, even while other things in my game take on adjustments, go streaky, go cold, go hot. My 120 yard and in game has been pretty stellar. 120 to like 100 yards. Good full swing, comfortable swing with the gap wedge or a sand wedge. I've been pretty dialed in with those clubs. Look forward to getting some wedge shots for my second shot on par 4s and wedge shots for my third shots on par 5s that will help put me in a scoreable position. Next question. Favorite shot to hit on the course? That was the last question. I'm sorry, our moderator's an idiot. Next question. Who would you most like to face in singles? I would most like to face Lou. I feel like Lou has gotten really good, and I think that him and I think our games are at compatible levels right now. He might actually be a bit of a better ball striker than I am right now, depending on how high I can get my tees to go with my driver. But he's gotten a lot better. I think that him and I would play a fun, close match. I also like watching Lou lay down on the ground to read his putts and then miss them. I also would love to play Logan if my driver was on. I think if my driver is on, I love the challenge of taking on the big dog, taking on the high school golfer. So we'll see how these singles pairings turn out, but looking forward to facing anybody and beating them down. Next question. What's the angriest you've ever gotten on a golf course? I think, without a doubt, I think it was the British Open. I think that's what we called it when we played at whatever that course is. It's on the border of Wisconsin and Illinois. I mean, that was when I was still very, very addicted to golf in an unhealthy way. I should have broken up with golf by then, but I didn't, and I stayed with golf. And that day specifically was where I reached a breaking point. I was very, very quiet for several holes. I'm sure that Steve and Kevin remember clearly. It was a rough day. It wasn't very fun to be around. I was looking at a lot of trees that I could just crawl up in and hide. But the round did get better as it went on. So fortunately, I haven't been in that bad of a mental place in relation to golf in a long time, and I think that will benefit me well. Next question. Was the club throw at Highland Woods your furthest, or have you launched a club further than 50 yards? I've definitely launched a club further than that. However, that was probably my straightest and cleanest club throw that I've had in a long time, if ever. Perfect helicopter spin on that wedge when it came out of my hands. Nice low riser. And seriously, it went surprisingly far for a wedge. Solid 50-yard straight throw. Was able to tee off and then pick it up on my way to my next shot. Next question. Pick one player who will step up and one who will crumble. It's a good question. I think a player that's going to step up outside of myself, whom I do fully expect to step up, I think Steve will. Steve's a sandbagger for sure, but that dude comes out with some fantastic iron shots right when you need them, whether it's for his own round or for a team round. I think if Steve can simply just get that driver to go and play about 200 yards, which he's more than capable of, he's going to be somebody very hard to beat. Who do I think is going to crumble? Probably Kevin. I think that's for obvious reasons. Always got an excuse. Supposed to practice a lot, but this happened. We get it, dude. You got a kindergartner. We get it. Next question. Overall score predictions. Hey, get down. Cut it out. Stop. 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 I don't really know what a winning score or a losing score looks like. I don't really understand how these team events work. I'm just going to show up and play my best and help contribute to a win. So it will probably be a lot to a little black team in favor. Next question. Which round format are you most looking forward to? I think the first round is Chapman. And if I am correct, that sounds exciting. I like the idea of playing with the team, of being able to play with somebody who can help pick you up if you have a bad shot, or having the opportunity to help pick up your partner. I think that's going to lead to some good success for us in the black team, since we all have really good parts of our game. And I think our games all complement each other well as a team. And that will conclude my 2022 BGA Cup presser.